Hey, I'm Kay.
Hey, what's up? I'm Rollercoaster Rider,
And I'm Kay.
and we're reviewing Best Friends Whenever, Season 1, Episode 2, A Time to Cheat.
Yeah,
The
time
show
traveling.
had
Yep.
the show had three plots.
Yeah, you could say, I
The
guess. The twins.
yeah, Barry and Naldo,
Yeah.
and Cyd and Shelby.
Yep, I guess.
I noticed that the jokes weren't as fast paced as they were in the first episode. Probably because they had to, start the series with them finding out they could time travel, plus, and introducing all the characters. So, all of that, they probably had to, force in a ton of, funny jokes and exposition. This one, when they figured, when they kind of, settled down, I think that's also when the writing slowed down a little bit.
Right, and they had to get into the characters a little bit, just like you
Like
said.
Brett and Chet, their main story, which I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. I don't know if the brothers or if the twins are really needed in this series at this point.
I think it's just if the story is slowing down, they bring them in. Like this story, they brought in them with magic and chaos.
Yeah, in this episode, they're very mediocre magicians.
And and they create a little chaos of what the guys wanted in their Institute Winnebago.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're trying to figure out because science is what Brett's. No, it's Brett and Chet that are the twins.
Barry. Barry
Barry,
Eisenberg.
Barry Eisenberg.
I wonder
He
if that.
wants to figure
I
out
wonder if that's a reference to Heisenberg.
maybe he wants to figure out how the girls made the time travel happen from the items that are in his Winnebago. So who's it? Ronaldo and Barry.
Yeah, Barry and Ronaldo. They try to figure it out by hugging a lot.
Hugging. Yeah. How many times did they do that? Quite a few, I think.
Well, it said it was like 2 or 3 days. So
And then they started thinking like the girls.
how they were just doing chaos. So as a result, they should do chaos as well. Like not think about it, just fall into it.
Right, and then they also had Brett and
Chet interrupt
Chet.
them,
Right,
and
because that is chaos with
and be,
their
and because
magic that never really works.
and because of them, well, we might as well say it because they'll. It's not really a spoiler. Uh, Naldo gets his no Barry gets his eyebrows burned off
Yeah,
and gets his hair pulled and gets his hair standing up like he's Kramer.
yeah. Straight up the bangs. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
a new look.
And so then that whole storyline's the main plot of it is if you can't fail at something unless you give up on it.
Right. So then Ronaldo gets Barry
Barry
to
to keep
think about
doing
it.
it.
Yep,
After 2 days of not succeeding.
yep. So he's going to try a third day.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think it doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
Well, because they're doing the test, and the girls were prepared for Barry to ask them, "Can you go back in time and change this?"
Mm-hmm.
And what they did is we've been through this before. They brought him a paper bag with the face drawn on it.
Yeah, they also said other things about how, what's to say we haven't gone back in time, and every single time it's gone exactly this way.
Yeah. And Ronaldo is asking, well, what about that one guy that he takes his hat off and finds a pickle on his head?
That's you, Naldo!
Oh, yeah, I guess. I
Hey,
put the pickle there.
Hey, I got a pickle!
I put it there, yeah. So anyway,
And then the Cyd and Shelby plot is them
trying to study for a test,
Mm-hmm.
history test.
And this is one where Shelby has planned Way more than Cyd has, including a happily ever after binder.
Right. And
And
she has bedazzled their study guides.
mm-hmm.
And
And
she also bedazzled a tiara and
and
glasses.
she may or may not have cut Cyd's hair when she was sleeping.
No, she took the hair from the comb.
Sure.
Okay.
It wasn't. Well, certainly didn't take it when she was asleep.
Yeah, well, we don't know 100%. But that, that happens, so. But anyway, so they kind of take time travel and they get a copy of the test and they don't want to get expelled and
No. You're kind of jumping ahead a few things.
Well, because they use time travel to
Shelby, after cheating, starts scratching her neck, and as a result,
the stress.
she gets a rash over
her neck, her ears, her cheeks, her face.
Everyone listening, if you were to draw a straight line from your ear to your other ear, start where it's directly under your nose, that to your shirt,
your neckline
is the redness of her lower face.
Right. The rash is like hives.
Or it's like an allergy or something.
Yeah.
And then she apparently has 3 things that happen to her when she's stressed. She gets a stress rash. Then she stress burps.
Belches, yeah, burps.
Which, no, that happened on Jessie. Never mind. I was gonna say, I think that's the first. No, that isn't. I was gonna say that was the first belch from a girl on a Disney show, but no, that's not the first. I thought it was.
Oh.
This conversation was pointless.
Yep.
Then she stress eats.
Yes.
And you see.
And she said this is just a snack.
And you see her with like 19 plates of food.
Yeah. Eating apples and just everything, yeah.
What was she?
She was cottage cheese, I think it was.
Oh, I thought that would have been like tuna salad or potato salad.
No, I think it was cottage cheese.
Or tuna.
And then the teacher comes up and asks them, wow, you two got A's. And even the smart guy with the no eyebrows didn't even get an A. And so then she spits out the cottage cheese.
Yeah.
And then she shoves other things in her mouth, and she
eats a carrot
from one side, and then the teacher goes to that side, and then she eats a carrot from the other side, so she doesn't talk.
And then Cyd takes that. Takes that carrot. So then she eats a napkin.
And the teacher's like, "You're eating a napkin."
And then they do confess, and apparently the teacher has to like go to the chemistry lab for like 30 to 40 minutes or something.
Skin peel, yeah. Because she spits the napkin and it sticks to her cheek line.
And then
they were going to be expelled for a week.
So then they fix it so they tipped Miss Nesbitt off about the test where she said like, this test is so hard, some of the history questions haven't even happened yet.
Right, she redid the test questions, yep. And then they wanted to go back to when she wasn't a teacher.
When she was going to be a teacher.
Right.
So then they got a new teacher. Oh, I don't remember her name.
Very quiet, smiling teacher.
Was she Native American?
So then, I'm not sure.
I think she was either... She looked like she was either Native American or Latin. Hispanic, maybe?
I'm not sure. You'll have to watch the episode and then tell us, okay?
I'll put in the credits section, so if I'm racist, well, I apologize.
So then their teacher actually comes in as a police officer.
Talking about how they had a lot of speeding tickets.
She had a lot of speeding tickets, or parking tickets, I think it was.
And then they ask Miss Nesbitt, does this still count on the test? And she was like, that's an odd thing to say. That's kind of a running gag. She says that several times.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the show, I would think. Yeah.
Uh, I kind of go with my original idea that the twins, Brett and Chet, yeah, they did add some humor, but I still feel they're not extremely needed.
But maybe they were extending the show time or whatever, or
Or
like they were trying to
ooh,
go between, scenes, connect scenes, or, just use up time or whatever.
I
So,
think ugh, we're watching this weird old people commercial. Uh, I think it could have. I think Naldo could have been the magician, and that would have worked as well.
but he liked watching Brett and Chet.
Mm-hmm.
For some odd reason, they surprised him, and
I don't know. Maybe I just don't find them as interesting of characters.
well, and the other thing is too is that Ronaldo never gets picked for the magic tricks.
Don't say what happens at the
No,
end.
I won't.
Although,
I won't. No,
although,
it's okay.
let me put it to you this way: that's one trick. The masked magician won't need to reveal because it's revealed
Yeah. And just
poorly.
and just for the spud of it, which you'll find out what that is
Oh
referring
yeah.
to. But who was their favorite line or favorite character?
I think it was probably the one it was either the line where Shelby said where she hinted at cutting Cyd's hair, or the part of
But she said she took the hair from the brush.
no, that's what Cyd thinks, and Shelby said, well, I certainly didn't cut your hair when
No,
you
I
were
didn't pull
sleeping
your
at
hair
night.
out. Yeah.
No, I didn't cut your hair when you were sleeping
Oh,
at night.
okay.
I was like, um, so that was one of the parts that made me laugh, and another part that I found kind of humorous was when Shelby was talking about their plans, like, we have to go to a good college, and then we can get married, and we can have kids, and those kids can get married, and then they can have kids, and then we can be grandmas together.
Yep. Which is kind of weird.
We have our own thoughts on that, don't we?
Yep.
When should we review that, at the end of the series?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Anyway,
There's
so
you can probably guess the conspiracy theory.
so I thought Cyd played a big role in this part.
The brunette?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did say Cyd, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think she played a big role, and I think they learned something,
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, yeah,
Cheating,
it's
or
not
or your conscience will decide how you feel.
right. Even if she called the getting the test a study guide,
Yeah.
some of your teachers will give you study guides, but
I may or may not have had to have promised about doing like 14 study guides over like a weekend.
But you still, the study guide gives you the questions and it makes you review your notes or the chapter. So
Mhm.
that's a good thing. You're studying. Okay, so anyway, would you recommend this?
I would recommend people see the episode. However, according to my TV, the first 3 episodes of the series are upcoming, but I don't think any other episodes are upcoming. So buy it on iTunes or stream
Get it
it.
from your library.
No,
They
it's
may
not on
have it.
DVD.
Oh, it's not on DVD.
Stream it somehow.
Okay. Okay, well, we're going to catch you. We're going to do another review of, I'm not sure which show yet, but
And the next episode is called A Time to Say Thank You.
okay. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye now.